Well, it is, of course, good to be talking here. I think some people may know the story already. Still, Cora Gold, it's a gold exploration company focused in West Africa, in Mali, with its focus on two principal belts there, the Yamfilila belt and the Kenyaba window. As a company, we have three key elements to us. We have a proven team with extensive African experience. We have a large land holding with a big discovery that we made, Sanankoro. And then third leg is that we have a portfolio of projects around existing gold mines with potential trucking distance to those mines, so resources could be fast-tracked towards development. In more detail, we've got the Yamfilila belt is the focus of our attention, and within that we have a project, Sanankoro, which we go straight into. And Sanankoro is a project that comes from a major who did extensive amount of work back in about 2010, 2011, did a lot of systematic surface work, and through RAB drilling as well, identified a very long footprint of about 14 kilometers, and with drilling on 400-meter centers down to depths about 30 meters, identified primary gold structures. As a follow-up to that, this company did some more systematic RC drilling on two zones of just covering about 1.6 kilometers of that 14-kilometer long belt. Now that 1.6 kilometers, they did it with more systematic drilling, RC, down to about 100 meters vertical depth, on fences 50 to 200 meters apart, and defined quite clearly the geometry, continuity of gold, with potential economic widths and economic grades. So that really is the stage where we took over. And what we've done through further surface work is to define not just a single large zone of 14 kilometers length, but actually three of them, parallel ones. And we have a 15,000 meter RC drilling program, which commenced back in December. And we've used that in the first instance to try and define the scale of this belt. The amount of gold, the endowment of this belt is quite immense. And so we've started by an area that we call Target 1. And that we started with RC drilling down to about 100 meters vertical depth on drill fences that are about 320 meters apart. So still reconnaissance based, but with the objective of starting to define the real scale of this project. And we announced results last week, and given that reconnaissance, starting well away from the known zone of gold mineralization, we're very pleased to make a new discovery. With results, with highlights like 17 meters at over 5 grams, but importantly on each drill fence there was economic widths and grades of mineralization. And I think the most important aspect coming out of this work that we've started, and we're drilling ongoing at the moment, is we're continuing to define scale here. As it stands, we have Target 1, which is 1.5 kilometers now of reconnaissance drilling confirming scale. With step-out drilling there, potentially that's 3 kilometers long. We're now drilling between zones A and B, a zone 1 kilometer long, and a new structure to the west, a further kilometer. So by the completion of this current program, we will have completed drilling over zones, and if we include the goldfields drilling, we're looking at more than sort of 8 kilometers of strike length where we have sufficient drilling to define the geometry, the width, and potential grades that are coming out along these structures. And I think we are looking at immense scale here. Target for us is at least 1 million to 2 million ounces in the first instance. Very deep weathering here, another important factor. So that is depths of weathering down to 70, 80, 100 meters in places. That's saprolitic. We get visible gold through that saprolitic profile. So in the time that it may develop into some standalone mining operation, That depth of weathering points to low mining costs, low processing costs. So that Cora project is very much one that we are building and trying to, in the first instance, demonstrate this large scale. But elsewhere in our portfolio, we have blocks of ground that surround existing gold mines, in particular the Yamfilila mine, which came into production with Hummingbird just before the Christmas. Hummingbird, of course, being a 34% shareholder in Cora Gold. A number of drill targets have been identified on these permits, all within trucking distance, and we have a drill program commencing in the next month or so on the first of those. Goldfields did do some work on this ground way back, and they have left behind drill intercepts that are running in that level of 30 meters at 1.6. So very attractive intercepts that we've got to now take and turn into discoveries. So we're running those two programs currently, Cora to grow scale and Yamfilila to develop resources around existing gold mines. The third area we're exploring is in the Kenieba window. The belts that we're focusing on is actually the extension of that well-known gold belt coming out of Senegal, coming up, though, into Mali. We've got two projects up there. Both of them are drill ready. Both of them have reconnaissance drilling with intercepts that demonstrate gold potential. And with those targets ready to be followed up, that's something we'd like to get onto in the next couple of months. So I think very importantly, as a company, we listed on AIM back in last October, raised £3.5 million. So we have funds in Treasury to maintain this aggressive exploration program. And with focus at Cora, results coming through on a regular basis now over the next few months. We'll have news flow coming from that. And then we'll be starting to inform the market on our results coming out from both around Yamfilila and then later on in the dry season, later on in our exploration year, coming out from Western Mali. So a very active program for us. It's all very well having the programs, but we have, we believe, the team that can deliver this, very much experienced in West Africa for the last 25 years or more in the junior gold sector. And I think importantly, it's not just the management team, it is the team on the ground. And our geological team is comprised of Malian nationals, of which the three key individuals of those have worked with us for between 15 and 20 years. And I think as a testament to that, you can just see that we raised money back in October. We've mobilized a geological team, signed a drill contract. We've got the drill out on site. We've identified a drill target. We've drilled it. We've got assays back. We made a discovery, all in 3 months. So I think if we can keep that schedule going, we should be doing pretty well now over the rest of the season. So really just to wrap up, Cora Gold, AIM listed, with a high-quality gold portfolio with a key discovery in Cora that we're focusing on, with the potential to become a standalone gold mine. We have a very experienced management team, and we are exploring also in the shadow of other gold mines, which potentially, for smaller discoveries, leads us towards earlier stage cash flow. So that's a very quick review, and thank you for listening to that. Thank you.